don't have to buy any more watches. I will, but I don't have to. Let me explain the reasons on this episode of Adventures with Time. I haven't added a watch to my collection for over a year, neither from purchasing a watch or being given a watch. What am I going to do for my yearly December State of the Collection video? There are two reasons which go hand in hand for why I don't have to buy any more watches. Before I tell you about them, let me explain why I'm making this video. It is not to recommend that you try to duplicate my situation, nor to suggest any specific collecting strategy. Rather, I want to identify a stage in a watch collector's journey which you'll reach where you don't have to acquire any additional watches. I started this channel shortly after becoming a watch enthusiast to chronicle my experience with watches. The goal of my channel is to provide content that will help other watch enthusiasts along their journey in watch collecting. To that end, I provide a variety of content that includes watch reviews, collecting strategy, horological history, and videos about working on watches. I love experiencing the diverse designs produced by the numerous brands that exist these days. Producing all this content for me goes a long way towards satisfying my fascination with watches. However, at the same time, it increases my cravings for watches even more. Some call watch collecting an addiction. Maybe, I'm not sure. But I don't have to add watches to my collection or keep flipping watches to enjoy this hobby. How do I satisfy the endless desire to experience more watches? As I said, there are two reasons for this. First, I'm extremely happy with the current set of watches in my collection. I have a great selection of 15 watches which, as I explained in my latest State of the Collection video, includes both sentimental watches and watches from various price tiers. I'll leave a link to that video at the end so you can understand the categories I use for my collection. However, as much as I love the watches in my collection, as with most watch enthusiasts, I want to experience lots of other watches. That's where being a watch content creator comes in handy. Now, after 4 years and over 175 videos in the can, that's movie talk, I've reached a point where some watch brands are willing to lend me their watches for a hands-on review. I must admit that my viewership is not where I believe it should be, yet apparently sufficient that with the quality of my content, people enjoy and appreciate my channel. I would love for you to subscribe, ring that bell icon, give this video a thumbs up, and tell your friends about this channel. It really does help spread the word. So, I'm able to satisfy my desire to experience many watches by borrowing watches for my hands-on reviews. Not every brand is willing to lend me watches, but I am able to borrow watches ranging from micro brands under $500 to higher-end major brands with watches over $10,000 retail. Even with just 5 days or less in hand, I'm able to get a good experience with a watch, capture sufficient content to create a video for my channel, and to the point of this video, quench my thirst for watches. I'm not suggesting you create your own YouTube watch channel. However, I believe there are many avenues to obtain the same hands-on watch experiences. Anything from visiting watch shops and boutiques,
Bright thing, Hublot, IWC, and Omega,
to attending watch shows. All are places where you can try many watches on your wrist, albeit for only a few minutes. Another idea is to attend watch meetups where fellow watch enthusiasts get together and share their joy of watches. You might even make a friend with whom you can lend and borrow watches. If you can't find one of these in your area, try starting your own. I'm sure there are lots of other ways to experience watches without having to buy them. Tell me, what do you do to get your hands on watches? We'd all like to know. Here's a link to my latest State of the Collection video. And over here is a link to the playlist which chronicles my foray into vintage military watches. And here is a link to my video on a recent watch lent to me from a German watch brand. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.